Hey, my name's Darren, and in this video I want to share with you guys a story of how I went from frying chicken at a fast food restaurant to starting my own clothing brand. I've seen it all, navigating through the challenges of college life and financial struggle. I know firsthand what it feels like to be lost and overwhelmed, but I've overcome adversity, learned from my mistakes, and emerged even stronger than before. Come with me as I share this journey of unwavering determination, self-discovery, and entrepreneurial spirit. Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Darren Wendell Jackson Jr. and as you've seen from the title and thumbnail, I'm going to be giving you guys a raw and authentic life story today. A personal story. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in, whether you came across this video from a friend sharing it with you, or if it was recommended to you from YouTube or TikTok or any other social platform that you're viewing this on. I want to say I appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, today I'm going to be giving you guys an authentic and raw story, personal story. Today I just want to, highlight the personal struggles and also growth and successes of myself. And I really want to relate to you guys and let you guys know that I'm a regular person. People see all this, this image on social media and it looks like it's perfect, but nobody can be perfect. I don't care how people try to look like they're something or not. Like, I'm just letting you guys know, like, that's not the case. And with me over here, I'm just gonna be real. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna fake nothing. I'm gonna keep it 100. And this is raw and this is my experience. And so basically I'm gonna start by introducing myself. Okay, so now that you know what to expect from this video, I'm gonna get into it. All right, so my name's Darren Wendell Jackson Jr. I'm 25 years old. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, up north. Steeler Nation, hey, if you know, you know. Comment below, man. If you like the Steelers, comment a black and gold emoji. And if you hate the Steelers, comment a shit emoji, you know what I'm saying? The Steelers have a lot of fans, but they have a lot of people that don't like them. I don't like Cowboys fans, but that's a whole nother topic. I'm gonna stay on topic. So yeah, born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So basically when I was 2 years old, and when I say we, my family, which was my mom, my dad, and my sister, and me, we moved from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania down to West Palm Beach, Florida. That was when I was 2 years old. So I stayed there for 4 years until I was 6. So a little bit about West Palm Beach and my experience there. I went to pre-K and kindergarten there. It was great. I love the weather. A lot of people don't like it. It's too hot for them. I love it because I'm a Pisces. I love the water. I love the palm trees. I love going to the beach. My parents always took me to the beach. There's always going to be downsides to each place. And I feel like with Florida, a lot of people don't like the hurricanes and the weather. But if you can get past that, it's great scenery. The people just mind their business. So I want to say my experience at West Palm Beach was nice. Okay, so when I turned 6, we moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's a little bit up from Florida, but not all the way back north. And I want to say same thing. I just love the scenery. The trees, they're beautiful. There's so many trees and you come here and the air, you really feel like you can breathe and connect with nature here. And that's what I love about North Carolina and the Carolinas in general. The scenery, the weather's nice here. You get all the seasons. It feels like winter when it's winter. It feels like fall. It feels like summer. Because, Florida, it just feels like summer the whole time. And, up north in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it feels like winter. But Charlotte, North Carolina and the Carolinas in general, it just feels like how it feels correlates with the seasons. And I really like that. So yeah, I've been in Charlotte from then 6 years old to now 25 years old. And I want to say I've had an overall positive experience in Charlotte. I've never really had any crazy experiences here. So yeah, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I was born, left there at 2 to West Palm Beach, Florida. At 6, moved from West Palm Beach, Florida to Charlotte and been here ever since. Okay, so now that you have a little introduction about my early childhood, I want to dive a little bit into my personality. Okay, so now let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. So like I said, my name's Darren Wendell Jackson Jr. I'm 25 years old. I'm a father. And I'm gonna dive into that in a little bit, just basically tell you guys a little bit of the struggles of it, but also how rewarding it is. And the good and the bad, there's a balance, but yeah, I'm a father and I'm a young father. I'm proud of myself for, stepping up and handling my responsibilities, because a lot of people my age don't do it. So let's get into some hobbies, some things I like to do. So I'm into photography, getting into real estate photography now, which has been a journey. I've been researching, putting in that work. Okay, so I'm into videography and also content creation. So I want to say those are the 3 things that I'm really into right now. Like I said, photography, videography, and content creation. And I really put hours into researching how I can better my work in those fields. Also, I've always been very passionate about storytelling and telling people my personal experiences. Okay, so let's touch back on the father topic. So like I said, I'm a father. I became a father about 2 years ago, which has been challenging, but also rewarding. And it's a whole different life. Like, no more sleeping in. A lot of the things you like to do, you can't do anymore. So it's a sacrifice. And that's the biggest challenge I want to say about being a father. It's the sacrifices that you have to make for your kids. Not saying you can't put yourself first anymore, but you kind of have to put some of the stuff you like to do on hold and step that back a little bit. So, you can push your kids forward and focus on them a little bit. And it's a balance, you have to make sure your kids are good. Sometimes putting them before you. And that's the biggest drawback of being a father. And it's not really a drawback. I just want to say that's the biggest learning curve. Just, learning how to balance and just, sacrificing in general. The reward, it just totally blows the challenge out the water. Like, it's totally worth it. The reward is totally worth the sacrifice. It's worth everything it comes with, because when you just look at your kid, like when they wake up in the morning, you look at them, you just get a warm feeling in your heart. I can't even explain it, so I'm not even going to try to. But if you don't have a kid, you probably won't experience it until you do have a kid. And if you have a son or a daughter and you have kids, you understand what I'm saying. You just have this feeling, and it's like, it's crazy. All I can say is, like, it warms your heart when you see them smile and laugh. The experiences you share with your kids, it really, gives you joy, true happiness. And that's what I'm in search for, true happiness. And I still feel like I haven't found it yet, but I am close. And becoming a father really helped me step into my purpose and step into my masculine frame as a man, and really help me grow as a man. And I want to say, if you're a father out there, continue to keep doing good. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. Stay consistent, do your best, and you'll be fine. Also, I have a loving girlfriend that helps with the kids while I'm working. I'm very appreciative of that. Okay, so let's get into my personality now. So how I can describe my personality is, I love to smile. Like, people that know me in person, they know that I smile and laugh at everything. And that really sums up a lot of my personality. When I go to McDonald's, the people in the drive-thru, they call me Smiley. All I do is I go like a couple times, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning and you're smiling. So, of course they're gonna give me a nickname like Smiley. Cause like a lot of people not smiling, they just waking up at 7 in the morning. So yeah, I try to have a positive mindset. I love to laugh. Laughing is one of my favorite things to do, Also, another thing about me is I like to be authentic. I don't like to fake. Being fake is not in my personality. I don't like fake people. So yeah, I love to laugh. I'm a positive guy. I'm authentic. I feel like I have a good sense of humor. Some people think my humor's a little dark, but hey, I want to say, hey, I like my sense of humor. I laugh at everything, though. If you know me, I smile and laugh at everything. Of course, if like something's super sad or like not a good situation, I'm not gonna laugh or smile. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I like to laugh and smile because, life's too short to be negative all the time, Okay, so yeah, let's get into some hobbies that I like to do, y'all. So like I said, I'm a father of 2 boys. They wear me out. I love to just, after I put the boys to bed, just get in a hot shower and come to a clean bed and turn on Netflix, turn on a movie. It don't even gotta be Netflix. It could be Prime Video or Hulu. I don't care, as long as I'm watching a movie comfortable in bed. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, that's a hobby that I like to do as a young father. And I know it's probably because, I'm so used to the routine, and I'm a little tired from taking care of these boys, but I like watching Netflix and watching movies at night. Like, put the business stuff aside and put all that stuff aside, I like sitting and watching a movie, because I told you guys I'm into videography. So like, I sit and study. I look at the subtitles. I look at the camera angles. I look at the lighting. I look at stuff like that. I look at how when there's characters moving, seems like the cameraman kind of follows them, and he just puts the camera just good enough at a POV that we can really look at. Is like really like we're looking at the movie. Like I pay attention to stuff like that. And that's why I like watching movies, because I'm also interested in videography. Another hobby that I like, and I know a lot of you guys can relate. Another hobby I like to do is eat. And I'm 140, 5'10", 140, y'all. And I'm a skinny dude, but I love to eat. That's the thing, I love eating. And it's like, hey, if I can watch a movie while eating a great meal, that's a win-win, right? Who can disagree with that? If you have a great movie, you have some great food, you said it. And also, my last thing I like to do is I love to connect with people and hear shared experiences. There's nothing better than experiencing something really specific and you hear somebody else had that same experience. Isn't that crazy? It's like, what? Like knowing that there's people going through the same things that I'm going through. All right, so let's dive into another topic. So the next topic I want to talk about is my first job experience. So my first job experience was kind of crazy. I worked at a chicken restaurant, frying up drumsticks, thinking I have everything figured out. This is the start of something big. Now the restaurant I worked at for my first job, if you're from the South, you know, and the restaurant was Bojangles. But reality hit me pretty quick with this job. Let me just say it wasn't glamorous at all. I was on my feet all day, hands covered in grease, dodging oil splashes while trying to remember how many orders of fries have gone out. And now that I look back at it, I remember this one time we were slammed with orders and the fryer broke down and it was complete chaos. People were yelling and timers were going off, and there I was, desperately trying to fix the machine with the manager breathing down my back. I thought, is this it? Is this all my life has to offer? Is this what life's about? Burning my hands and rushing to keep customers happy? But you know, that job wasn't about the paycheck. It taught me resilience and it taught me to hustle even when things go wrong. It showed me that even when I was working with minimal resources, stressed out and tired, I could still get the job done. And I carried that lesson with me everywhere I went. Okay, so now I want to enter into another topic, and this topic is going to be about my college experience. And college though, man, college was a whole different experience. Like, oh my God, like it's crazy. You go in thinking those are going to be the best years of your life. Late night parties, friends everywhere. But the truth is, there's a lot of isolation. I spent so many hours staring into textbooks, trying to stay awake in class after a late night of partying. It was like balancing on a tightrope, you know what I mean? And it got so bad, and I hate to say it, it's crazy when I hear myself say it, but it got so bad that I got to a point where I completely collapsed and I dropped out. But I'm not gonna get too much in depth with that. I just wanna talk about the good times right now. Let me tell you about those nights with friends. I remember the thrill of getting ready to go out to a party. The laughter echoing in the halls right before we piled into a friend's car. There were the wild weekends where we'd stay up and party. I'd stay in my friend's dorm till like 3 o'clock in the morning before I went back to my dorm. On orientation day, when I met my first friend, I literally won a dancing competition. It was so much going on that first day. Orientation was so fun. Like literally, I felt the adrenaline pumping through my body. It was a great experience. The conversations flowing and the excitement of living in the moment, all part of my experience. But you know what the crazy thing is? Even in those moments of fun, I still felt like I didn't quite fit in all the way. I watched my friends party, living carefree, while it seems like I'm still on that tightrope, balancing life, balancing school. I had so many deadlines that I had to make sure that I paid attention to, and sometimes I failed to meet those deadlines. It was hard, honestly, trying to keep my grades up and work part-time. I remember one night, my friends were planning a spontaneous road trip. They were all laughing, making memories, while I was stuck studying for a big exam. It honestly hurt to say no. I wanted to turn up and get lit with my friends, but I had to put that exam first. That's how college is. There were definitely moments of doubt. I questioned everything. Is this even worth it? Is my major the right major? Is there gonna be a financial gain to this? Is all this hard work and effort gonna pay off? I oftentimes found myself asking all of those questions. And the student loans, don't even get me started. It's crazy. But I realized this struggle was making me stronger. It was all preparing me for something bigger. See, every breakdown was actually building me up. All right, so let's dive into the next topic I want to talk about. The next topic I want to talk about is my journey of starting a clothing brand. Yes, I started a clothing brand. And honestly, it started as a dream, you know? I remember late nights sketching designs and logos on napkins and brainstorming names until finally I settled on something that felt right. And the first big step was creating a website. And I wanted it to be unique, so I found a platform, Shopify. that allowed me to add cool features, such as background noise. And I remember choosing the perfect track, and it set the entire vibe for my brand. And I have this memory, the day I launched the site, it was exhilarating, like literally, like my adrenaline was through the roof. And it was exciting, and it was also nerve-wracking. But the most exciting part was getting my first sale. And I shared everything on social media. I was filled with hope. And like I said, the moment I saw that first sale come through, oh man, it was surreal. I was jumping around my living room, acting like I just won a Grammy or something, you know what I mean? And it truly felt like all my hard work was paying off. But shortly after that, reality set in, and I realized that first sale was only just the beginning. As I started to promote my brand, I noticed that I had to reach out to influencers. It was a must. I seen so many other brands around me doing it, and I was like, hey, I can do the same thing they're doing. And I spent hours researching, crafting messages to send, hoping somebody would bite. And when I finally got a few yeses, I felt like I was on top of the world. And seeing my designs on someone else, I have to admit, felt validating. It felt really good. But of course, I learned working with influencers isn't as straightforward as you would think. There's so many different factors to consider, such as timing, engagement, and rates. Also, I had to ask myself, would their followers even like my brand? Oh man. Then came the part that really threw me off, how to continue growing. I felt like I was running in circles, unsure if I would reach the right audience. I tried everything, from social media ads to giveaways, but nothing seemed to stick for long. And it's sad to say, but I'd sit there sometimes for hours, staring at my analytics, wondering where I went wrong, wondering what I was missing. It seemed like everybody else around me and online had something going, had some momentum, had their brand growing. So what was wrong with mine? Why was mine not growing like theirs? And there was moments of doubt where I questioned if this dream was meant to be. But in these moments, I reminded myself why I started this journey. It was about creating something meaningful, connecting with people, and sharing my passion. I knew that every struggle was just another step in my growth, and I was determined to keep pushing forward. All right, let's get into the next topic. So the next topic I want to dive into is my YouTube journey. I remember when I first hit record. I was 19 years old, a sophomore in college, over 6 years ago. And when I first hit record on my camera, my heart roared with excitement. Honestly, it did. I was filled with ideas, ready to share my passion with others online. So many ideas came to mind, so many content ideas. And I honestly was inspired by the content creators that I used to watch at the time. But as soon as I posted my first video, reality hit. The views trickled in very slowly, and I found myself anxiously refreshing the page, feeling very anxious about every number. So what happened next is crazy, and it's unfortunate. I don't really like talking about it because it really is sad, and it's something that, I've struggled with for a long time. So as I continue to upload videos and continue to put out content, so imposter syndrome crept in like a shadow. I started comparing myself to other content creators, wondering why my content wasn't getting the same attention. And the more I focused on perfection, the less I created. And it was a whole cycle. This cycle of doubt paralyzed me, making it hard to stay motivated to even put out a single video. Oh my God, and it gets worse. It gets worse, you guys. Then the pandemic hit. I suddenly had all this time on my hands, but I felt so uninspired. I hit rock bottom, questioning my abilities and even my worth. And my relationships began to suffer because I withdrew myself from family and friends, thinking I was a burden. I noticed that my struggles were partly due to my actions. I often chose to isolate rather than reach out. But deep down, I knew I had to make a change. And going back to college, I actually had 2 friends in college that wanted me to roommate with them. But I unfortunately told them no because I was so focused and wrapped up into YouTube and content creation at the time. But after some self-reflection, and taking some time off, I knew I had to make a change. I realized that content creation was my passion, and I needed to find joy in the process, not just the outcome. And I started to embrace the messiness of my journey and reconnected with those that I pushed away. By opening up to others about my struggles, I found encouragement and support that reignited my motivation. This experience was a tough one, but it showed me that vulnerability is a strength. Every struggle that I've faced so far has shaped my growth, and I'm proud of my journey. So here I am talking to you guys today, ready to keep pushing forward with content creation, sharing not just my successes, but also a lot of my hardships along the way. And I'm gonna end the video on that note. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, my name's Darren Jackson. Subscribe to my channel if you want more content like this. I am gonna be motivating people. I'm gonna be giving people life advice, financial advice. So yeah, if you like content like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I won't let you down. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts, so make sure you leave a comment below. I promise to respond to all my comments as long as I'm not getting like 5,000. You know what I mean? If I'm not getting too many, I'll respond to them because I want to reach out and get to help a lot of you guys. Oh yeah, and don't forget to check out my TikTok. I'm gonna be posting TikTok videos regularly. Also, I'm starting another YouTube channel. It's gonna be behind the scenes of this journey. So if you would like to see some, even more raw content, check out my behind the scenes channel. There's gonna be updates on my life on that channel. And it's gonna be fun, you guys, because life is about fun at the end of the day. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Let's connect and grow together. And remember, love someone around you today. Okay, I'm out, you guys.